What's going on, YouTubers, gamers and hobbyists? Welcome to this week's episode of On the Bench with Pete. This is the series that you put on in the background whilst you paint a hobby or whatever else you want to do. So it's designed to just be played along as you do your more mundane tasks, such as priming, basing, whatever it may be, whatever you find a bit more tedious, I suppose. But it doesn't have to be. You could be doing fine detail for all I know. It doesn't matter, as long as it helps you. Helps me though, and that's why I do these. It helps me get through those laborious tasks. So grab your brushes and your models and whatever else you need, perhaps a drink or two, and yeah, let's get started. This is actually the second On the Bench I'm recording today, so when you see this, it'll be 2 weeks ago. How weird is that? I'm going to be working on my kill team, Genestealer cult. I say working on them. I'm just going to be priming them, and I'm going to be doing it by hand. Yes, I am, because actually I'm going to paint them in this grey. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use this lid for that. I'm going to thin the primer down a bit. I want to prime them by hand, you see, because I really need to get to know the model. Now, before I start, I'm going to drop off retarder into the pot, my kind of makeshift palette. Actually, I've got a better grey. I'm sure I have. If I can but find it. Ghost grey. Here we are. Just grey. Grey, pure and simple. I knew I had one. I could shake. So I've got a ghost grey, but not as good as this one. Now this is going to be difficult to see because it's not on the same colour look as the models, but that's okay. I need to see detail, you see. Need to see detail. And what I don't want to happen is don't want bubbling effect. It's very prevalent with ghost grey. So I'm going to really try and avoid that here if I can. Why am I doing a second episode of On the Bench today? Because I can. I really want to. This is real therapy for me. I love it. No, I could do it like a soft brush with which to implement this. I'm going to use my regiment brush. Well, I'm going to be holding them just by their normal bases for now. When I come to actually paint them, then I'll put them onto their appropriate stands. Now this, you got to be careful with this, because if you go too vigorous, you do get bubbles. There's no two ways about it. It bubbles. But I must get to know the model. So work my way around the model. So I could spray these and it would probably be fine. Like I say though, I just don't want that kind of anonymity. So I'm seeing, because I'm going to paint these, obviously I'm going to do like an Astra Militarum colour scheme for the most part. So kind of, where is he? And I got my Astronautorium guy there so I can compare. Think, right, what's, you know, he's going to be like that. All right, okay, I got it. Otherwise, it means I've got to go back to my own tutorial just to see what colours I used. It's frustrating. Now, this is why I'm doing this on the bench, you see, because, well, it's going to take a long time to do it. You can just about make out what's the primer, what isn't. Yeah, we just don't want that bubbling effect. And that's cool. This is why you've got to be really careful to do it. Now, I've been watching a good paint along video, so I thought do you know what, I'll make another one, and I'll do this. I was just painting this gun barrel there. At the end of the day, this is just primer, so you know, it doesn't have to be on literally every molecule surface area of the model. I know that. I want to get a fairly good coverage though. There we go. Yeah, the greys and the white primers just tend to bubble. Little air bubbles formulate in amongst the pigment. It's very irritating. You don't get it so much in black or even dark grey, but these ones you do. So, well, there you go. And I'd like to get to work on my kill team because I want to play it. You know what I mean? I might have to do up the Deptus Mechanicus to do another bit to make it a bit different, so I can use the cards that come with the set, really, so that my friend and I can play a game relatively quickly. If that makes sense. You know, I want to make my own up, of course, but end of the day, just to get going, get to grips with the rules, blah blah blah, I want to just have a quick setup, you know. Right. So I'm happy with this one. I will move on to the next. Yeah, I think I'm happy with that. Okay, so that's one. Good thing about Kill Team, it doesn't require many miniatures. This is quite a novelty, holding a miniature by its actual base as opposed to like a bottle lid or something of that nature. The reason I'm using the lighter grey is because although I prefer black or dark grey, it's easier to see the detail on a lighter primer. For me, I find it easier to see detail on a lighter primer, and so yeah, that's why I'm doing it basically. Yeah, he's looking quite good. This pickaxe thing here, Don't know what his story is. I'm sure it'll say in the book. Honestly, I've got so much game rules, etc. reading to catch up on. It's silly. So, I spoke on the last episode about Strontium Dog and how my friend came around. By the time you see this, my friend will have been around again for the second time since mentioning the Strontium Dog thing. And he will have got me up to speed on the lore of that game universe, so to speak, if you know what I mean. So yeah, so once I've finished here, I will be packing up, obviously, going in, setting up my dojo area, ready for my wife and I to train in. It's very good, it's good fun, and she enjoys it. She wasn't able to do it when she was ill, so she's effectively missed a week. Yes, just got to paint it gently. Notice they've got lots of like folds in the detail here. Lots of ridges. So this guy is the leader, actually, I think. Though to my mind, the one that's carrying the banner looks more like a leader. I don't know, but I remember this guy with the pickaxe, of course. Going to enjoy painting these fellows. And just getting the primer on is just a start. Got my toolbox and fire extinguisher there, though I don't know if I'll get around to that. Right, we're on to this guy now. The grenade launcher, so cool. Right. I knew that would create bubbles. Too much paint. Too much primer. The secret to doing it is to be patient and just keep going with it, really. Don't lose your patience, go sass on it, I'll slap it all over, because that will give you no end of problems. I'm hoping the Strontium Dog game is pretty logical in its rule construction. No, its rule and play mechanics. I don't like overly complicated stuff. as long as it's more geared towards fun, I'm on board with that. This will tie in rather nicely. I think when my wife comes home, I'll bring her out here just to show her what I've done thus far, because we used to do that, going back. She used to come home from work, first thing she liked to do was come out and see what I've been doing on the models front. She's quite interested in it, yeah. So I do that as well. It gives things more a touch of normality, I don't know. Yeah, that's 3 models down, 16 minutes in, not bad. Do the heavy stubber or the chainsword? We'll go with the chainsword. I just made him up out of a few bits that was left over on the sprue. It was like, oh yeah, quite fancy that, you know. Alright. So, weather's been good today. Warm, nice and warm. I like that. So I'm looking at this guy thinking, right, he's got a lot of folds and creases on his model. This is why I like to do it by hand, the priming. And I will probably do the same on my Age of Sigmar models. I was going to airbrush them. I don't know, I still might. Depends. Really does depend. See, I know there'd be some people out there looking at this going, he's mad doing it by hand like that, it takes so long. This isn't the point. It's not about doing it fast. It is about learning the model. I can't stress that enough. Learn the model. You can learn particularly. See, I could be doing this primer bands. Let's say I was priming black, so it doesn't really matter too much about air bubbles. I could turn around and go, I'll just use the biggest brush I can find and slap it over. Job done. On with the next one. Well, there's no point in that. There really is no point. You might as well use an airbrush if that was the motivation you're going for. With this, you get to see what areas are hard to access. Like I already realise character brush and detail brush will probably be the best two brushes for these. I'm talking Army Painter, of course, because that's primarily what I use most. There we are. Four models down. Well, heavy stubber guy. Right, next. I didn't make any of them too far gone with the mutations because I don't know, I just didn't want to. Could they give them extra arms, get you more like Genestealers? I wonder if I could have a Genestealer to lead these guys. That'd be awesome. Maybe a Genestealer that's, I don't know, one step away from becoming a Broodlord or something. I don't know. Okay, go on. Back starts to ache after a while. It's nice to have a couple of days off work though. Break up the work thing, that's nice, really nice. Did put in from some holiday last night. No, night before last. He said he'd sorted it out, but I won't relax until it's done. Do you know what I mean? Oh dear. I'm starting to get to know where things are in the store now, you know, like more and more so, especially as I work in different areas and that, you know, you just get to know, you know, you get to know where, I don't know, the custard is, for example. I don't know, you know, and you'll always get asked these sorts of questions. Well, where's the pickle or the chili sauce or the, oh no, gravy cubes. And eggs. Yeah, that's a lot, which is surprising because big signs up saying eggs. Just curious, you know. Just, you know, putting the primer on, trying not to drown the model. Really. And yeah, might have chippy tonight for tea, that'd be good. So I've got to make sure everything's ready and raring to go when my wife gets home so that we can get on with it. That'll be cool. Not sure what time my daughter will be back from college. Doesn't start till like midday, so might be later finishing. There's another one down. Well, there's 5 down. 5 to go. I'm 25 minutes in. Wow. This entire episode might just be this. That's okay. I like the game board in Kill Team. The double-sided game board. Very cool. So I'm hoping to use that for Strontium Dog as well. There's a few expansion packs for Strontium Dog as well, which I want to get. Well, with the fullness of time, of course. Certain mutants and things. That'd be great. And I'll get the main ones first. That'll give me an idea about mutants of my own, whether I want them to be good guys or bad guys. Oh dear. Yeah. Tired. The usual aching. I'm hoping to be recovered enough tomorrow to go around the valley with the dogs, because I like doing that. It's nice. Especially if the weather's not too bad. This guy's got a bit of a claw going on, as opposed to a hand. It's more like a Genestealer arm. I've got a few more Genestealers to build and make, actually. I might do that, add them to my Tyranids, because Genestealers aren't that bad now. You can never have enough Genestealers, right? And the different colour schemes you can do. I just like doing different. I like all my Tyranids to be different, as opposed to a uniform colour scheme. Because I got the uniformity in my other armies, so it's nice to have one that's a bit, I don't know, random, I guess. Yeah. 6 down. I'll do this guy with the icon next. There we go. Let's get this done. The Genestealer icon. Very cool. Some good detail on this piece, I can tell you. Because in the mouth, the razor sharp teeth, the like bone sword protrusions coming out the top of the totem. Oh yeah. Had a roast dinner last night for tea. Don't know why I brought that up, but I just wanted to mention it. I suppose we're not the sort of family to traditionally have a roast on a Sunday. We'll have it whenever we fancy it, you know. Oh, sorry, my voice is going all weird there. No Dr. Pepper in this episode, unfortunately. That's probably for the best. Too much sweet stuff. Got to cut down on that sort of thing. Yeah, it'd be good to start getting some paint on these fellows. Yeah. Be nice to get a job eventually that's not quite so physically demanding, you know. Although I can't lie, it is helping my physique, as it were. Tightening up here and there, and I'm losing a bit of weight, and yeah, it's good for that. I admit that. I admit it, but gosh, it's so tiring. Do 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 do. There. First ones do look actually dry now. They dry quite quickly, these primers, and of course if you put them on in thin layers it dries even quicker. But yeah, I'll go and lay out the mats for karate after this. That can be done quickly. Then we can just pop our hair quickly and see what's been going on. So that's 7 models down. Half hour in here. Oh, back. My back is really... it's really telling on my back at the moment. Just a bit more this way, I think. I'm quite excited, as I say, for Strontium Dog. I'm also excited for other games too. I remember back along, I'm talking a couple of years ago, I think, I was thinking about getting into Mansions of Madness. Because that had pretty good miniatures in it. And I'll be honest, it was the miniatures that drew me to the game. But there's so many good games out there now with cool miniatures that you can buy as one-offs. But things like Strontium Dog is more like a wargaming skirmish type game as opposed to a board game. But it does gives me hope for you know, that we have a rosy future in terms of gaming in general. Starting to get tired. Not fatigue, but I think tomorrow I just got a sneaky suspicion. Because that's happened to me before. I have a day of just yawning all day and just being tired, generally tired, and then the next day, at some point in the day, for no reason at all, I'll just crash. And that's it. I've kind of trapped, trapped in my own body. So I've got to find a place to sit down or lay down really quickly when I feel the actual fatigue coming on, because it's not a nice feeling really. You'd think it would be. You think it would be like, oh yeah, go to sleep. Ah, nice. It's not. It's quite terrifying, really. Feeling that you're not in control of your body anymore. It's pretty scary. And the scary thing is not knowing how long it's going to go on for. It could be half hour, it could be an hour, it could be days. That's the scary thing. 2 left. Yeah, I just don't. Yeah, if I could take away one of those symptoms, it'd be fatigue of MS. Some people have said, do not have the worry that it could happen in work. Yes, I'll be honest. I won't lie. That is a scary thought, and that is something I've considered. Yes, it could happen. I hope it doesn't. My goodness, I hope it doesn't. It could happen. I could be trapped in work because I won't be able to drive, and it'll be like midnight. Yeah, that won't be good. Not good at all. It's odd. You can't. I'll tell you how unpredictable it is. You'd think, oh, if you do something strenuous, then you have fatigue. It does not work like that at all. Sometimes it might not hit you for 48 hours, but it will get you back. It's like you're borrowing energy. So if I want to borrow energy to do something strenuous, like work, it's like my body, yeah, I'll lend you this energy to get through that, but I'm taking it back later, okay? Yeah. Does it take it back with interest? Sometimes. I'd be lying if I said it didn't. Sometimes, yes. I'm so tired. I've forgotten what I was talking about. Oh well, whatever. My friend wants to play Zombicide again since he really enjoyed playing it last time. Don't want to rush it. You get bubbles. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think it was my paint palette pots that moved. Right, that's 9. So, last guy, 10. Yeah, this has been probably a very boring on the bench repeat. Watch Pete Prime models. Yes, the way I've got to do it. And ideal series for helping with these laborious tasks. Because this, let's be honest, is boring. As I say, I could have sprayed them. And it wouldn't have come out full of air bubbles, but I want, considering I will be hand brush painting them, I need to know all the idiosyncrasies of the model. Gosh. Then I've got the laborious task of downloading this footage to my laptop, because yeah, 2 on the benches to download that will take a while. But that's right. On the bench 1 and 2, I'll differentiate them between them that way. Yeah, there's games around pretty much about pretty much anything these days, isn't there? It's nice to see they do like the anniversary or I don't know, celebratory edition, whatever it is, of Game of Colditz, Escape from Colditz. The Escape from Colditz game, because my friend and I used to play that all the time when we were kids. Escape from Colditz. I really loved it as a concept for a board game. I thought it was ingenious. I did. There. So we've got a bit of primer on things now, and that's all you can ask for. And there we are. But that, as I say, is that. Now I could change it up slightly, I suppose. See, the primer can dry there now. Got my scary scarecrows, but they're not dry enough yet. I want to varnish them. But I really like the way they come out. Really like the way they've come out thus far, of course. But I could do with creating that save point, as it were, though, for the, because they're metal. I think we'll be alright. Be alright on the night, as they say. No, I'm going to get a spare palette. I call them pallets, they're just milk bottle tops, really, that's all they are. But I call them pallets. Yeah, stuff it. I am going to varnish these scary scarecrows to create a save point, because I just want to do that. Right, so one at a time, gentlemen. So not too much, just enough, because I don't want these fellows chipping, you see, all paint rubbing off. And you know, they're not finished by any stretch of the imagination, but I also just don't want the work I've done thus far to be undone. Once again, I've got far too much matte varnish on the go, but that's okay. I think these would be great in Call of Cthulhu. What fantastic miniatures. Absolutely love them. I think scarecrows are creepier than clowns, though clowns are pretty creepy. I think scarecrows are even scarier, more so than clowns. Yeah, this is just bristle out of the way. This is just to protect them a little bit. Someone should pick them up just to have a quick goosey. That means a quick look. Then at least they'll have a little bit of protection on them. Just been laying down the basics really today. And there you have it. Now to pop back. The varnish. There we are. I've got my wife's having her hair done tomorrow after work, so I'm probably going to meet her for lunch. And buy her lunch. How's that? And afterwards I'll have a browse around the local charity shops and whatnot. Heck, might even find myself a new cafetiere. Broke one of ours. Just chipped on the side, so I had to throw it away. Got another one. Got another single cafetiere and a double, so that's not bad. Well, there we are. That's how I primed my Genestealer cult, and I've sealed my scary scarecrows. So, yeah, like I say, that's just to create a save point, as it were. Just to protect what I've done thus far, because nothing worse than chipping your model that you've been working on. Right, zoom out, and back again, just like the last one, really, because again, I didn't, I just didn't edit the end there, so. I'll make it a little bit. I'll go over here. I'll go back here. Look, how's that? Oh, so thank you once again for joining me on this episode of On the Bench with Pete. As I said last time, I absolutely love doing them. And in this episode, I managed to prime my Genestealer cult and seal my scary scarecrows. I mean, the work's coming on. It's really coming on now, and I'm stoked to be getting on with it this well. So thank you for joining me. Those of you that join me on the day, thank you. Those of you that join me whenever, thank you so much. I appreciate everyone that watches these videos. I've said it many times. They're such good therapy for me, and I hope it will encourage others to do this, the same sort of thing, because I like watching them as well, especially whilst I'm painting, because I can film a video for an hour, and then I want to paint, but I don't want to paint in silence, and I don't like listening to music. I just don't. I'd rather have a paint-along video, in the background playing. So, thanks ever so much. Remember, all brushes lead to war. And bye for now. Bye-bye.